Man, it has been exhausting, but the to-read list does not get any shorter. This one I actually got a notification for, and the premise sounded pretty interesting, so I gave it a read. This is a romantic drama, but honestly, so far, I'm not sure how romantic it's going to be. Anyway, this is a newly released manhwa on Webtoon called X Love Review. I know I said on my last video that I was going to stay away from the villainous genre for a little bit, and you know what? It's been a lot harder than I thought it would be. I'm kind of glad I got this notification. Anyway, this is an ongoing series with what looks like 19 chapters currently, 7 of which are available on Webtoon and 5 more up to 12 available for purchase. As you can see, I read up to chapter 6 honestly because I felt like that was a good stopping point. I do think I will continue this, but for now, that's kind of all that I wanted to read. Now, I do love the concept of this manhwa. I think it's really interesting, and I'm sure others have done something similar as well. I don't really know of any at the moment, but I'm sure there are probably a couple out there. I really do not know the direction this story is going to go, but in all honesty, I'm not sure if any of the directions are very good. I'll get into why I think that in the spoilers, but just for now, a quick description of the plot before I get into those. This involves a main character who has had trouble with relationships in the past as the guy she ends up with end up using her. After getting hurt, she wakes up to find that every person she sees now has ratings and reviews for how they are in a relationship from previous partners. Now, there are certainly triggers for this series. Even opening the first chapter, you are met with a warning right away. This is a series that deals with red flags in people. The main character has dated people who use and manipulate her, even abuse her. People refer to her as a pushover. I believe this series will have 2 male leads, and the one that we are introduced to first is full of red flags. To give you an idea, the ex that actually hit her is given a 2-star rating, while one of the male leads has half a star. I did read some of the comments, just some people talking about the series, and this was a concern for most, especially thinking that she now has this ability and will still be making the same mistakes. Someone even said that she just needs to be single, and you know what, I kind of agree, but of course then there'd be no story. Now, just to give more information, I'll go over the very first chapter, so some spoilers from here. In this story, the main character is someone whose love language seems to be acts of service, as she is always giving, not just in a relationship, but anytime someone does something for her. As she says herself, she doesn't like to be indebted to someone, and in her repaying, she goes above and beyond. This has led to her being used in relationships, but she feels that her current boyfriend is not like that despite everyone telling her otherwise. She does end up seeing a text exchange between him and his friends, revealing how he really is, and when she confronts him, it takes a violent turn, going even further to him pushing her downstairs as he is trying to prevent her from leaving. In the hospital, she wakes up and sees that her ex now has pop-ups showing what herself and others would rate him. Of course, we find out that it's not just him, it's everyone she sees. Even with the more serious topic, it does feel a little silly, especially later with the whole revenge going on. I won't say it's bad, but you'll either like it or you won't. With a setup like this, personally, I would have preferred there not to be an immediate male lead or leads, and we would see her utilize this ability more by either learning to read people better or experiencing different relationships rather than having a red flag right in front of her. I guess only time will tell how this goes. Like I said, it's a very interesting concept, so I certainly think it's worth giving a read, but absolutely mind the potential issues that could be upsetting for some. I do think if you want to get an idea of the story, read 6 chapters of it that covered the setup and getting her ex dealt with, so I think that will give you a pretty good idea of if it'll be for you. Anyway, I'm Bean. Thanks for watching. Do the things like comment, subscribe, or not. Check out the description for links to this model and images used. Okay, bye.